Hey, you guys. I hope your Wednesday was great. Let's pull some runes for Thursday, February 16th. But before we do that, I would just like to remind you that you can head on over to runewalker.com and take a look at blogs, t-shirt shopping for my runeware. You can download old series or old seasons of Rune Walking in Modern Times, the podcast. You can also find the current seasons of that podcast, as well as Psychic Medium, the podcast, which is a podcast I do with another friend of mine who is a psychic medium as well. Great. That's a great podcast. And you can also sign up for the Torch subscription, which is a monthly subscription where you can get a rune guidance reading for the week, for the collective, and then how the energies for the beginning, middle, and end of the week, as well as how to work with and how not to work with those energies. And at the end, you get the 5 to 10 minute drum meditation that will allow you to integrate the information. So you can get ahead of your week. Now, you've listened to me talk about all that. Oh, and don't forget at the Rune Walker on YouTube. So subscribe and get the notifications wherever that is on this screen somewhere to let you know when I post new videos, which is daily. The energy for tomorrow, Thursday, February 16th, one of the primary energies is going to be represented in the rune Querth. Querth is a rune of the funeral pyre. It's a rune of flash transformation, quick transformation, consuming, leaves bone and ash. Sorry, I'm just also looking at, pardon me, the runes for the middle of the week that came out of the weekly rune guidance reading that you get from the Torch subscription. In the middle of the week, that was reward after hard work, and the energy of the middle of the week is hard work, putting in hard work, but it will be rewarded. And we're looking at the energy of leveling up, right? So let's see how, pardon me, let's see how this plays into that. Pardon me, or partners with that to give us a better understanding of how to interact with tomorrow. So how do we not interact with that energy? Soilo, which we actually encountered yesterday as the way to interact with yesterday, or today, Wednesday's energy. But for Thursday, interesting, fire rune and fire rune. Let's see how to interact with it. And then that might give us a little bit better perspective. Okay. We'll follow it. Now, if you don't subscribe to the weekly, go do it now. Hit pause and go do it now. If you do, you will know that part of the weekly reading in the middle of the week was reward after hard work. And it's about leveling up and really putting focus and energy and time into mastering something. That's how we work with that energy, right? The funny thing about this reading is that how not to work with that energy of reward after hard work was putting it into family, into ancestral things, into grounding. Well, tomorrow, Thursday, the 15th, or 16th, pardon me, we have quick transformation. We have the funeral pyre. We have, rapid transformation. And we are going to interact with it with Othila. So there are some things ancestral patterns, family patterns, things that we've picked up from our ancestors that have gotten us here and are very good. And there are some things that we need to burn and let go of. I was just talking about this with a client today in terms of how their father, who is, I believe, in his 70s, and how my father in his 70s, how they were shaped by the norms and the necessities of their parents and their grandparents. So the idea is, and the idea that we were talking about was this: my great-grandmother, I believe, was married 3 times. Because if your spouse died or if you got divorced, you immediately got remarried, because we needed that. We needed to have that. It's just what you did. And it was also necessary usually for our survival. So now it's a little different. I look at my father, who my mother passed away almost 3 years ago. My father was not in a hurry to remarry. He didn't feel the need. He doesn't feel the need. Although that might have been something that he picked up from his ancestors. Now our needs are different. Our lives are a little different. We've changed, and our society has changed. And it's not necessarily applicable, but that is one of the things that we can look at as far as being passed down from ancestral patterns that we can let go of. And that we can let go of in a very conscious way. Something as simple as writing down the pattern of behavior that you see as not benefiting you and releasing it into fire. Actually burn it. Helping to not end the pattern, but helping to end the pattern without just going in there and starting to cut through the tapestry that is your life. There's a natural way of ending things. So tomorrow, part of our focus and our hard work in leveling up is going to be the release of some of these old patterns of behavior that we have gotten from this idea of family, or literally from our families. So tomorrow, Thursday, the 16th, we need to make a list of a couple things that you're ready to let go of, that you no longer want to help live, that you no longer want to propagate, and then burn them tomorrow night. Yeah, that was a long one, but a good one. We tied that back into the it's good work. If you're interested, I know in Psychic Medium, the podcast, we recorded today, and we have some episodes coming out. They come out every Thursday. And in 3 weeks, we're talking about death and what the afterlife looks like, as we've experienced it as psychics and mediums and psychic mediums. Next week, we'll be talking about auras and how to see color, and different ways that you could kind of develop this. But also, what does that mean? What does seeing someone's aura mean? What does it give you? What information does it give you? And then I believe that the episode coming out tomorrow is going to be really looking at this shift that we've noticed And a lot of people have noticed in the past 2 to 3 months, 2 months specifically, at the beginning of the year, where people are, their psychic gifts are growing a bit. And there's an energy of potential that is worldwide for this to happen. And if we look back to a lot of my daily rune guidance and wisdom since December, one of the major threads has been to let go of things, people, patterns that are holding us back. Because until we let go of those or get rid of them, actively, consciously end it, then we can't have these new things coming in. But Kelly and I have both experienced it ourselves and also seen it with the people that we work with, whether they're clients or students. So a lot of really cool interweaving of things. So if you're interested in that, don't forget Psychic Medium, the podcast, comes out on Thursdays, and Rune Walking in Modern Times comes out on Wednesdays. And don't forget your homework for tomorrow. We're writing down a few of those patterns from our family that we don't want to propagate. And I believe that's the word. And we're going to, tomorrow night, burn them so that we can release them, no longer be limited by old patterns. Have a good Thursday.